We're both paying full price for a municipal course here, fella.
That's a good.
That you're just a few strokes away from your tour card.
Most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Good riddance, you piece of shit.
God, that is so intense.
This unwritten rule. It's the white guy who gets one shot to prove that he can play.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Juice Junkies.
Juice Junkies. Welcome to the Juice Boys Show. Three brothers-in-law, stupid enough to start a weekly sports podcast. Too stupid to stop after, who knows, 32.
32.
30,
My
that's
God,
right.
boys.
That's an
Let's
even
go.
number. Yeah,
One of my
sure.
favorite football numbers. Except for Orenthal. But otherwise, it's a great.
How many times can we get OJ in this podcast?
Yeah.
Shows drop every Friday. Be sure to follow on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the latest updates and other fun pieces of sports content. Damn it, gotta
I'm
keep
doing
it.
great.
This show's blowing
just
up like the
keep
Denver
rolling.
Broncos dead cap salary situation. What a beautiful
Again,
thing.
that's
that
bad.
last
What?
That was the lead-in last week.
No,
but
it was
for the Saints. Like,
It's a different team.
come up with another joke.
But you
Lazy writing,
who's doing
McCoy.
well? Who's doing
Lazy.
well with their cap space?
My other line was going to be this show's blowing up like the Denver Nuggets anytime they ruin the Lakers. Good vibes for the
That's
season.
so
That's-
much better.
see, that's
Why didn't
way
you go
better,
with
bro.
that?
That's
They have been the Lakers' daddies for 2 seasons.
And
Yeah,
the
but this year-
Warriors.
this
Lakers
year's been-
and the Warriors.
When Kobe's statue was released, the Nuggets beat him.
Yep.
When LeBron got 40K,
Yeah,
the
let's
Nuggets
talk
beat him.
about that.
right.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on. So, anyways, boys, I am Cody the Third Terror. We got Juice Boy Joe. We got Mr. Paul Pelletier. We are the Juice Boys.
Show.
we got a sports talking. We got Squeeze of the Week by the Juice Junkies. Came in hot again. We got a big potato. We got a stat of the day. Thanks to everyone. Last week was our hottest week, our most listened to week. We had our best
Yeah,
single
seriously, thanks to
day
everybody.
our
badass.
best single day. So doing this thing, having a lot of fun. Thank you for listening. Tell your friends, tell your family. That's enough of me yammering. Boys, what are we consuming this week?
Well, you guys, I enjoyed it
Let's
so
find
much
out what the best beer in America is.
after my whiskey.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm just so eager. I'm so excited.
So I enjoyed it so much when I had my throat, when I had that tickle, and George Dickel made me feel so much better.
Oh.
So I'm
Oh
going
my
back.
God, I love it.
I'm going back to the George Dickel bourbon. When you have that tickle, reach for the Dickel.
That Dickel.
Get
There
yourself
we
a little
go.
Dickel.
And it is not the best beer in America. It's not.
Simply is beer.
Okay, I'm just
What did this beer do to be the only beer ever to not earn that accolade?
It was at Loaf and Jug. So we could just say that. And it was a decent pick for Loaf and Jug, but it's good. It's a Sierra Nevada hazy little thing IPA. It is exactly what you think it is.
A hazy
A
IPA.
hazy little.
There
nothing.
we go. There we go.
Wow.
So
A little gas beer.
that's right. Well, gas
gas beer.
station beer. Yeah, now
Chris?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Did it come in a brown paper bag, or did you put the brown paper bag around it?
I had to put. I mean, come on. I got to look a little classy on the way out.
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
Some
Don't
teach
let them know.
students.
Don't let them know what you're up to. Incognito Joe.
Oh, boo. That's really, come on. You can do better.
Okay, double cap space joke intro.
Chris, what are you drinking? We're not doing this thing. I'll move on.
No, you won't.
I'll
This
cut
is
the whole- I'll cut the whole-
This is 32. You're not gonna do shit.
I'll cut it all out. What do you got? What are you drinking?
Also, Joey and I are both drinking the Dickel.
What the hell? That was not planned.
That's
Double
awesome.
Dickel?
Yeah, no,
Planned.
yeah.
No.
We're
Yours is
we're
different.
double fisting Dickles over here, boys.
Mine's just the 8-year. What do you got there?
Whatever you and Miranda gave me for my birthday.
Oh, that's way better than what I'm drinking. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good
really?
Dickel.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have a fine
that's
Dickel.
some. That's
Oh, this
that's
is.
some. When you get some good Dickel, you hold on to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hang on to a good
Yeah.
Dickel when it comes around.
What's
this
Joe's
is
drinking
the
a what? A
Sour
new age?
mash classic recipe. I did not know there were different brands of Dickel.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, but this is lovely. Thank you,
So you
for the gift.
prefer older Dickel? Is that?
As old a Dickel as I can get my hands on and still be upright.
Damn it! Where's that dead horse at? What's his name?
Jesus.
His name
Yeah.
is George.
Jerry?
Oh my God.
Guys, I'm in trouble, and I got to take one for the team here.
Oh my
You
God.
didn't know what you were drinking last week.
No, I know this. I'm drinking wine, but I don't want to drink wine. I'm
Well,
drinking.
then don't drink wine.
No,
Like,
I'm too
what?
cheap.
How?
No one's
Oh
no.
my God.
I'm drinking Kim Crawford. It's a Sauv, but it's 70 calories per serving. I picked up the wrong bottle for my wife. You ain't touching the
I'm
ball.
too
Too cheap to.
You better rebound.
But
Not
you
drink
better-
it.
yeah, my wife does not like it.
them bored.
You could have sat and drank that in shame and privacy rather than broadcast that to the world.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
right
you,
now.
you had every bit of other options, and you're like,
gotta-
no, I need this on the record.
I'm hope I can just drink it while we talk and it won't taste as terrible. So sorry, honey.
You have other options.
Pour a little Dickel in there, see what happens.
All right, guys, let's jump into the sports talking, shall we?
What?
We shall.
Damn
We
that
shall.
Dickel. Damn
A
that.
little Dickel and wine?
Oh, man. We're going multi-sport again, guys. Going multi-sport. Let's start with LeBron and
good.
Caitlyn Clark. LeBron goes 40K and loses to the Nuggets, but obviously the all-time leading scorer beat Kareem last year, surpasses 40,000. Caitlyn Clark beat Pistol Pete Maravich,
That's
the
right.
all-time men or women's NCAA scoring champ. Where do you guys want to go with that? What's more impressive?
Okay, what's more impressive? That's really hard to say. 40,000 points has never been done.
Yeah,
And then beating
incredible.
Pistol Pete's record, which has never been done. And so both of them are absolutely incredible. I'm going to take Caitlyn Clark, though, because she completely blew up the popularity of women's college basketball this year. And it's not like women's college basketball hasn't been good. It's not like we haven't seen really good college athletes in the past. You know, like think about UConn's run and all that, but that was never, ever on the level of the Caitlyn Clark just fandom. And the it feels like she's got like this meteoric rise of fandom like Taylor Swift had this summer, where it's just like, holy crap, she's selling out everywhere she goes and she's backing it up and dominating. And then beating Pistol Pete's record with that has stood since the 60s. I mean, that's or 70s, whatever it was. That's absolutely astounding. And I think it's really badass that a woman did it and not a dude. And I think that's really cool. And then she can just be like, yeah, I'm an absolute baller. However, there's always something that's gonna taint that, is that there was no 3-point line for Pistol Pete. And now that she broke it, all you hear is these people just saying, well, you know, they went back and they looked at it. You know, that he actually would have scored 66,000 points. And it's
Truly
That was
impressive.
me. I literally said that last week. Are you mocking me?
Yes. Yeah. Always.
And you were impressed by the stat
every
at the time.
possible opportunity.
It was 55 points. I read and looked it up. He was going to
yeah.
average 55 points a game.
Yeah. So no, but his career points would have been like in the 60,000s, which is just absurd. So, but still, she did that. I think it's incredible. And LeBron, I mean, we can just say 40,000 points is great. He's not going to stop. He's averaging 25, 7 and 8 this year, dude. He's playing outstanding. Right? He's not going to stop in the next couple of years. So the way we can do this again when he gets to 41,000.
It's just a
We do
number.
this again when he gets to 42,000. At this point, it's just a number. Great job. Caitlyn Clark to me is more impressive.
Yeah,
Just a
I'll
fact.
have. I've got more to say on Caitlyn Clark later, so I'll talk a little bit about LeBron. I mean, that 40K is just incredible. You got to appreciate the longevity. You got to appreciate the dominance. I mean, a guy who came in as a teenager and has every bit lived up to the expectations levied against him when he was still going through puberty. You know, no big personal crises, no big black marks on his legacy, anything like
ever.
that. I
Which is
mean,
crazy.
just a standout person, a standout athlete. I mean, what a spectacular run that he's been on. You know, really the only knock against him is his rings, like not as many as you would expect for someone who has had that level of dominance for that long. But yeah, like you said, I mean, he's not slowing down. He's not stopping. He is trying to will his son into the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
This is the two of them
Oh, I
can
know.
play together like spectacular.
You can do it.
His standalone achievements as a human being, as an athlete. Won't that ever be broken? Who the hell knows? But either way, right now, he is one of the standalone greatest athletes of all time.
We should say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had to play 4 years of college. Just
Oh, yeah.
throwing that out there. LeBron was 18
Okay.
when he got in the NBA. Just kind of the
Yeah,
Pistol
but they
Pete thing
also-
we did last week. Let's just all...
We did. But then I was also just looking this up when you guys were talking, something that's incredible. He's played 282 career playoff games.
Nuts.
Right? That's 3.5 more full seasons if he played every single game in the season. I mean, so the dude has already played 21 seasons, or this is his 21st season in the NBA.
Yeah,
so then
2003.
add 3 more, so he's looking at pushing 25 years on his body of NBA games, which is
Mileage.
absolutely incredible. And he's still one of the best players in basketball. That's amazing. But
The Honda Accord of basketball. Just
He's
won't
not
die.
The Mad
die, yeah,
Mobile
but-
of basketball.
that's better. That's
All right,
better.
boys, let's move into our first hockey talk session. Haven't hit
Why
on
did
it
you
just
say
yet.
it like
right,
that?
baby. Hockey. Hockey.
Everything
talk.
else you could say normal, but hockey talk's
Hockey
got to be
talk.
its own thing.
What do you guys think? You guys lead me in this one. Avs are playing well. McKinnon's balling out. McDavid's playing well. Some records being chased right now. What do we want to go with for the NFL? NFL, damn it, that's next. NHL.
No, that's right. Look, we gotta get our minds switched to a different sport. All right, and right now it's coming down to a really exciting end to this NHL season. The Avs have been a little bit rough in some patches. They're starting to
Streaky.
They're starting to catch some steam. Unfortunately, Valeri Nichushkin had seemed to have a drug and hooker problem, and so he had to.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well,
new to me.
he smuggled in a Russian, maybe human trafficking. We don't know. That last
I
year,
was going to say,
and-
they've been pretty good about keeping it under wraps.
last year in the playoffs, and he had to miss the rest of the playoffs, and that really hurt because Valeri Nichushkin's one of the best power play players in the league. The dude is enormous and strong. So it came out that he had some mental health stuff. Maybe he liked drinking a little bit too much, maybe drugs too much, and maybe he liked Russian mail order people a little bit too much. So he went into the
Well put.
all things are not
Very
good.
safe.
He went into the player assisted program for the NHL for the past 2 months. The Avs have been able to keep afloat. They're in third place right now behind the Winnipeg Jets of all teams. You got to be kidding me. They are dominating this season. And the Dallas Stars, who I absolutely hate with all of my passion. They are they're 2 points behind them. But the other big storylines other than the Avs this season is 2 major records that could be not records, but just 2 milestones that haven't been set in a long time. Austin Matthews for the Toronto Maple Leafs is cementing himself as one of the all-time great American-born players ever. I wish he was playing on an American team, but he's going for 70 goals this season, which hasn't been done since 1992. All right, so this could be absolutely monumental, and he is just since the All-Star break, he is just scoring incredible amounts, and so he's been on fire. Hopefully, he can continue this streak to go, and then Connor McDavid is looking to become the first person to have 100 assists in a season since I think 93, 94. So now both of them are looking to set these milestones. I am still holding strong to my bet, my what was it? My New Year's resolution that the Avs
Remember that,
were going to
yeah.
win, and Nathan McKinnon was going to win the Hart Trophy. And right now he is tied with Austin Matthews, which last week before Austin Matthews was scoring a little bit more goals, and McKinnon went on a little bit of a lull, but he's been on fire in the past few games. They're both at plus 180 for the Hart. All right. When I put it down, it was at plus 500. So if anybody listened to me, we're still looking good. If the Avs can get Valeri Nichushkin and Gabe Landeskog is skating, there, I do not think there's a team that could beat them. And boys, I'm so excited because I'm getting sent back into the trenches tomorrow night. I'm sitting out in the field. I'm going to come back reporting next week. I'm going to one of the greatest rivalry games in all of sports. It's died down since they went to the Eastern Conference, but in the 1990s was one of the best things ever. I'm going to the Avs and Red Wings game tomorrow, baby. Seeing it in person
I love it.
with my eyeballs. I'm going to scream. I'm going to boo. It's going to be amazing.
No, I mean, I also just want to give a shout out that, also within the NHL, the Arizona Coyotes decided to pull their heads out of their ass and actually become a halfway decent squad this season.
They're not
Completely.
the worst.
No, out of nowhere. I mean, they're playing out of, I think, someone's backyard, but they are still like out of nowhere. Like, I don't know if they're just fueled by pure spite that they are the Oakland Athletics of the NHL.
Yes, nobody
but
wants them.
It's amazing to see. But yeah, no, I'd love to see the Avs kind of back on top again. Yeah, getting Nichushkin back would be huge. Getting Landeskog back would be huge. Eager to see what winds up playing out with the rest of the regular season and see what happens in the playoffs. We'll have more to say then.
And Chris, just, the backyard that the Coyotes play in is actually called Mullet Arena.
Hell yeah.
And it's where the
No
Arizona,
wonder they're kicking ass.
Arizona State plays there. It's like 4,000 people capacity. 4,000.
They finally found the party in the back, and they're living life.
All right, guys, let's jump into. We haven't done a quick hit list in a while since old football's died down. We got a lot going on.
Talk about it.
We're going to hit on the NFL real quick. Take your pick. Combine takes place. Wilson finally released from the Broncos, or at least informed, which is going to be the biggest dead cap space situation in the history of the NFL.
Jesus.
Mike Evans returns to the Bucs, which means probably Baker would get re-signed as well.
Yeah.
Dak playing out his contract, ? From Jerry Jones. Jason Kelsey retires, makes everyone cry. Saquon, Josh Jacobs, King Henry, Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard, and DeAndre Swift, all unemployed, looking for a new, somewhat lucrative deal.
It's a hell of a list.
And as we go, looks like Caleb Williams and the Bears will be hooking up, and Justin Fields will be most likely traded. Where do you guys want to jump in with that? A lot going on in this this week of off-season NFL football.
Well, I love Mike Evans returning to the Bucs.
Hell yeah.
He's had 1,000 yards receiving every single year that he's been in the NFL.
It's incredible.
He has been loyal with the Bucs, even through thick and thin, within their quarterback situation. I love the idea of keeping Baker Mayfield around and actually going, this is a prove it year. If you can go out and recreate what you did last year, we'll make you the centerpiece. We'll build around you. We will allow you to become a franchise quarterback. Like, I love Mike Evans being the cornerstone of that, because if he decides to jump ship, if he decides to leave, everything else crumbles around him. Everything else goes with him.
He's that entire franchise right now.
100%.
Yeah.
And so him sticking around gives everyone else a reason to want to stick around too. What can we build together? What can we create? Where is our actual top end? We saw what we did last year when we weren't expected to be shit. What happens when ownership, the front office, what have you, actually takes this seriously, throws their weight behind Baker, and, who knows? But I love it.
It'll
I
be
was so
mediocrity.
excited when I saw that.
Mediocrity is what will
God,
happen.
you're just such a hater.
You're such a hater, dude. All he does
Mediocrity.
is win games and win playoff games.
All he does
man.
is win games. He went, they go 9-9?
He won. What are you talking about? He won their division.
The
won
worst
their first
division
round
in the
playoff.
league.
It doesn't
What do you mean?
matter.
He wouldn't have won any
won-
other division.
He did better than the GOAT did the season before, right? So it's just like I love Baker Mayfield. I'm excited he's staying in the Bucs because I like him on the Bucs. I like him with that team. I think he fits in well with that culture. He fits in well with Mike Evans. Obviously, he throws a good deep ball, and Mike Evans and him have a good connection. I'm disappointed because I saw some stuff out there that Baker Mayfield was getting linked to the Pats at the Combine. And I was like, oh, come on! I would have loved that, but I like it. I like Mike Evans staying there. He's one of those guys that he shouldn't go anywhere else. When he got his Super Bowl, that means you can stay in Tampa forever now, and you are Tampa Bay Buck. What I want to talk about what next is Russell Wilson.
Oh, he took it. Yeah,
Do we have to?
Take it away, baby. That's where I was going.
I'm in shock. I'm really shocked that they did it. That they cut him, and they're going to eat this money. Now, I think that
What's shocking
ultimately,
about that?
what's shocking about it is
So
that
much money.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
$85
it was a
million
shit extension.
It's a shit extension, yes, but he had the 5th best touchdown to interception ratio last year. Okay, he was a top 10 QBR quarterback, 26 touchdowns, 7 picks, and that's not bad. What and for a while there where they were looking at they could potentially run the table. They won 5 in a row, getting back into the thick of it. They beat Patrick Mahomes for the first time. They did all these things, and it was just like, I just think Sean Payton's an asshole. I mean, I'm being for real. I think he's an asshole. You're telling me you can't figure that you can't figure out how to make an offense work with the dude with the 26-7 touchdown the interception ratio. Yeah, I understand that he's not running the system that you want to run, but what other you think Jarrett Stidham is going to be better? He's going to be better than what you got in a Russell Wilson last year.
JJ McCarthy, they keep linking him in every mock draft.
This is ridiculous. You think?
I remember a couple of years ago where
throw away Russell.
That same craziness was applied to Pete Carroll. Do you really think Geno Smith is going to stand in there and run your offense just as well as Russell Wilson? Yes, he did.
Yep, and he actually did it better.
Do you think Drew Lock is going to step in there and run the offense as good as Russell Wilson? Yes, he did. He did do that.
So I'm just saying this. I think it was a bad team decision. I think it was a bad team decision because now they're still going to have to pay this guy. Now they got to find somebody else.
They have to pay him $40 million this year to go play for another team.
It's a bad business decision for a team who's trying to rebuild. Why not at least have decent quarterback play, try to draft somebody, do something, do everything else you were going to try to do anyway.
But that stops the bleeding, right? If he plays another season, then they owe him more money guaranteed. This is just saying we're going to rip the Band-Aid off at the first opportunity and lower that overall long-term cost.
This was the least, intrusive.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like you don't get to rent him for 1 year at the same cost. If so, then this would have been a shit choice. It's you rent him for 1 year, and then now all of a sudden you owe him another year on top of all of this.
And it was the injury guarantee that became fully guaranteed, so it would have been double his salary. It might be the worst trade of all time. Like the Deshaun Watson is more of an off-field terrible thing. As far as like apples to apples football goes, the man signed an extension, didn't play a single snap
of all time. Like if it was just the trade, if it was just the 2-year contract as he was traded for, shitty trade, not great, but you get caught trying. It was the right call at the right time. You made a poke and it doesn't work. Wash your hands of it, and that's
got a little dickle on your hands, and you got
a little dickle on your hands. Wash them twice, maybe. Move on. But that's the thing is you go in and tack on a 5-year extension, having done nothing.
Doesn't play a single snap.
That's it.
These are the names. These are the names I'm hearing now that they're saying that they're potentially people they're going to bring in. Mason Rudolph.
No.
Ryan Tannehill.
No.
Zach Wilson. Jacoby Brissett.
Maybe that's all they can afford. They can't.
But in what way, shape, or form is any of those saying?
No, the next 2 years they have nothing. Like they have 2 years to get rid of $85 million of cap. They can't afford another player.
It was not worth the business decision for the play on the field. I think he was playing better than what that's going to cost them.
Shout out to his agent. Guys, we got to get an agent here. We got to get one of these agents. There's a lot of deals out there we're getting shafted on. What an agent.
Anybody know if there's an agent listening, please DM us. We will give you.
Woo. All right, boys, that'll do for the sports dog and music. All right, boys, we are so back. Squeezes of the week for all of our new listeners out there. This is our most outlandish takes. Sometimes the boys on the show have them. Other times we have listeners submit them. Joey will tell us how here soon, but this is a little space for your most outlandish takes. We debate them, we sift them, we disagree, we yell at you, we yell at each other. We got a few more listener ones, guys. The Juice Junkies came to play. Let's start with Mike from Georgia. He's probably leading the show in listener submission.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Should we start tracking? That feels like the sort of thing we should start tracking.
Of course we should, but he's easily leading the league. But last week, if you haven't followed the last few weeks, a big debate going on in the CFP if a Cinderella story is going to happen or not for smaller schools. These guys have bullied and yelled at me the last few weeks with how wrong they are.
Because you're wrong.
You are wrong.
So are you, Mike?
Soul.
Okay. So Mike doubled down and said, here we go. If any non-Power 5 school comes in as a 10 to 12 seed, which is Cinderella seed, and wins the Natty, both of those knuckleheads get $5,000 on him.
Okay. That's can we get that in writing, please?
It's in writing.
I'm gonna lean in closer here. Wait, what did he just say?
If any non-Power 5 school comes in as a 10 to 12 seed, which is he considers a Cinderella seed, and wins the Natty, both of those knuckleheads get $5,000 out of his wallet. It ain't happening. That's why he made it.
Oh my God, I'm going to take a virtual shake right now. I just don't have to shake on it. He's just telling me I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
This is nothing on my end. I'm just going to get $5,000. That's
wait.
fantastic.
I don't know
book
if
the
he
day
thought
here.
about that part.
He should have said something in return, but no, I'll just take my $5,000. Thank you, Mike and Georgia.
It's not happening.
It will happen, and now it's even good. Now it's even more bullshit is that they changed it again.
They're going
Now
to
it's
go to
gonna be-
14.
Now they're going to go to fucking
It's so
14.
fucking stupid.
Just leave it. Just leave it at 12.
But
It
he's
was
already
cool,
said
and-
But Joe, this works in our favor. He's
That's what I
already
was saying.
set the
Now-
top
now we-
end at 10.
10,
Now we've got
12.
10 through 14.
Now we got 10
we
through
just
14.
tacked on an extra 2 that count as Cinderellas. We just increased our odds.
We
It's
did.
never happening.
Oh,
it's
it's
never
beautiful.
happening.
But also, I do want to take issue with the idea that 10 to 12 is the only range within which
Oh my
counts as a
gosh.
Cinderella. So that would mean that it would have to be a 14, 15, or 16 seed in March Madness in order to count as a Cinderella. We've had countless Cinderellas that were in that 9, 10, 11, 12 range that were just in the bottom half of their bracket and made a deep run. And so I think the issue here is that you all define Cinderella way
Yeah,
way-
because
way
UCLA, the
more
most
tightly.
storied basketball school in the history of the world, is somehow a Cinderella story from last
They
year.
were that
No.
season.
No, they
They
were.
were that season.
All that was they were an underperforming team and got an 11 seed and turned it on in the March Madness. They underperformed. That doesn't mean they were a Cinderella story. Not even close.
They've been a team who's been underperforming then for multiple decades and just waiting for that one opportunity where they get slighted into an 11 seed where they can rise up like the phoenix that they are, according
No
to
way.
Cody McCoy.
No way they're a Cinderella story.
Oh God, I think
Like I
you
said,
just-
if
you
LSU's
just
a
like
12
watch
seed and
sports
wins,
to just hate yourself, like
Yeah,
you
just get
just have
angry.
no fun.
it's
Oh,
tight
little God.
definition of Cinderella story. We can't just throw this
Little
out there.
Little League is starting back.
Fuck that, dude.
Are you okay? Are you
let's
okay?
get
Today
back
was
to
the
that.
first day of baseball practice for me. Are you okay?
Do you guys take leadoffs?
Yes.
Good, because you play actual baseball. Little League doesn't fucking do that. Jeez, can we move on? You shouldn't have. You shouldn't
No,
have
I
brought
want
me
to
up.
beat this to death. I'm having so much fun.
Okay, listener Chase, little juice. Thanks, Mike, also
juice.
for your one-sided bet. You should have thought about that a little bit more.
I'll take my $5,000.
You sports moron, you.
I hope it happens this first year. That would just be so awesome.
I will
All right,
chisel
Little
off
Juice,
a
you guys
little
remember
bit of
Little
that
Juice?
$5,000 just to fly you out here to hand us that money in person.
I'll pay for your plane ticket out of that
You'll
$5,000.
pull that in.
Yeah.
So he has to
I can
hand,
do
it has
that.
to be
That's a write-off
single
at
dollar
that point.
bills.
I'll get
Single dollar
$4,600. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Well, you guys remember Little Juice, right?
We love Little Juice.
Chase with
Chase.
2 S's. Chase.
Yes, my little brother has helped fill in the show. I'm sure he will at some point if Joey is dying again. He had some thoughts for Joe.
Which is bound to happen any day now.
Yes. This is directed towards Juicebox Joe. Oh, is that a
Juice
is that
box.
disrespect?
I don't know if that's a.
Is he calling me fat?
Is he trying to like
Juice box?
shit talk?
Is he calling you square?
Juice boxes
Like,
are delicious, and so is Joe.
this is directed towards Juicebox Joe on proclaiming that Mahomes needs to get 7 rings to be considered better than Brady. Oh, I love it
right.
already.
Yes,
The
yes.
argument that Mahomes and LeBron aren't the GOATs until they get more rings than Brady and Jordan is such a cornball take, and I'm sick of it. It's a Skip Bayless-ass argument for people who can't get off Jordan or Brady's nuts. It's called team sports for a
He's
reason.
brawny. Oh, okay.
QBs aren't even on the field at the same time, but you're going to argue Brady beating Mahomes is a Super Bowl somehow is a knock on Mahomes. Arguments like this are the reason why players don't care about the regular season, specifically basketball, because people like you base entire legacies on how many rings a player wins. Lastly, if you rank Bill Russell so highly, then why wouldn't MJ have to surpass 11 rings to be considered the GOAT? If everything's about rings, then Bill would be the GOAT, right? I'm sorry Mahomes is going to pass up your precious Brady, and I'm sorry LeBron passed up MJ years ago. Oh, Chase. I'm very torn. I know the 12-year-old in you is sad about it. Sincerely, Chase, a.k.a. Lil Juice. P.S. Cody is right about the college football. There's going to be no upsets. Stop comparing it to March Madness. Ow! You got it
You
all
guys
in
are
there.
just such haters. No.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm just going to say, why do we play the game?
To win.
To make
You
millions
play
of dollars.
to win the game, Cody. You play to win the game. And until you win more than the other person that you are compared to, you are not as good. And I'll just stop it there. Now, Bill Russell, yeah, that's why he's in my Mount Rushmore. I said that.
So he should be easily the GOAT
Did
by
I
more
not?
than 2.
Did I not?
Mount Rushmore's not the GOAT.
He's not, because Michael Jordan is. He's like Michael Jordan is. He has 6 championships and was the best thing we've ever seen with our eyeballs.
So Mahomes can not win 7 and be the best thing we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because
He's
Russell
not
has
yet.
11, Jordan has 6. You just made his argument.
I know, but he's not there yet.
Does he have to get there? That's what he's saying. You don't have to get there.
Yes, he
Jordan
does,
didn't
because-
get to 11.
Okay, Jordan didn't get to 11 for a lot of reasons. A lot of it was
Oh, no. Don't you sidetrack it. You don't have an argument because you don't know what to say.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. No.
Right now,
Sidetracked.
Brady and Mahomes are in the same stratosphere. They played against each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's 32 teams in the league, so there's the same opportunities with that to get the same amount of championships. Okay, Bill Russell had what we say before 8. We were talking about that when somebody was saying when he was talking a 6 or I think it was 8. I said 6 earlier, but I think it was 8 teams.
Okay.
And that was when Chase was talking about him being overrated. And it's just like, yeah, and I'll take that into account with Chase's argument. Yeah, that's why he had 11. If there was 29 teams like there is now, would he have at 11? Maybe not. All right, but at the time he did. Now Brady and Mahomes are playing, and there are contemporaries. They're playing in the same era. Now, maybe it won't be in a couple of years, but Brady won 7 in the current rules with the free agency, with everything that's going on, with 32 teams and all of that. Until Mahomes does that, he is not there.
He's the greatest thing we've ever seen. Brady had to get to age 37 to get what Pat Mahomes has currently. So,
3 Super Bowls? No.
Yeah.
He was at 28.
no, plus the MVPs, plus like to get the same overall resume. Tom Brady was an old ass 37. Chris, what do you think, sir? You have any thoughts?
I think the real sneaky thing here was in order for Chase to make his point, he had to also make Cody complicit in admitting that LeBron James is the GOAT. And that just watching Cody do the Larry David, like, yeah, I want to agree, but it pains me inside with what you're having, with what you're forcing me to agree with right here, right now. It was beautiful to watch. I think the point that Little Juice is trying to make is fully bullshit. For all the reasons that Joey just said, try and compare to Bill Russell. Like, yeah, you're right. If it's purely just rings, then yeah, sure, that argument falls on deaf ears. But yeah, I think it's worth looking at the era. I think it's worth looking at where the league is at the time, and comparisons between Michael Jordan and Bill Russell are very, very different than Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady due to them existing, in conjunction with one another.
Tom Brady's first era was he was a quarterback who handed the ball off with a great defense, and they got They had another bye his whole career. He got 2 byes. There was 2 byes his whole career. He didn't have to play half the playoff games.
Half?
I don't know. A lot.
A third. Okay, yeah, it's a third, and at the same time, you have to get to the point where you win those byes. So whatever. Now, what's going to happen, Chase, with this LeBron and Jordan thing? Yes. LeBron James is the all-time leading scorer. He has that, okay? LeBron James has also played, as we already talked about, so many games, 1,476 games. Michael Jordan played 1,072, all right? So you're going to get a lot more points when you're doing that. But he didn't pass Jordan until, 5 years ago? All right, or something like that on the all-time points.
At age 35, Jordan had more points than LeBron when they were both at age 35.
There you go. And when Jordan was at 35, he also wasn't playing when he was 35 years old. Okay, and he also skipped a year, basically almost two full seasons to play baseball. And Jordan had to play in college. LeBron didn't. So it's all these things that go in there that is going to add to LeBron's all-time points thing. Yes, and the fact that he's a 19-time All-NBA, I get it. All right, but was he a 10-time scoring champ while also being 9-time All-Defensive?
Ooh, spew it.
10 times leading the league in
Cody
scoring.
wants you to help him disagree while he also disagrees with you.
10 times he led the league in scoring. How many times did LeBron lead the league in scoring? Take a guess.
Maybe once?
That's right. One time. Okay. He was Michael Jordan, 9-time first team all defensive. How many times is LeBron James?
0.
6. So
I was
pretty
waiting.
good. All right.
Sorry,
6.
LeBron.
All right. 5-time MVP
I'll take that
for Jordan. 5-time MVP for Jordan. 4-time MVP for LeBron. 6-0 in championships. LeBron is 4-7.
Yeah, Jordan's the GOAT, Chase. I don't know where he's getting.
I don't know where you're
I don't
getting
like
this
him
to.
connecting those
Maybe.
two, but I agree with half. Disagree with the Jordan one.
Oh, okay. So I
Jordan also
disagree
won
with the
Defensive Player of
part
the
that
Year.
I've already established myself agreeing with, but everything that you use to make that argument somehow falls on rocky ground.
Correct.
Did Jordan win MVP and Defensive Player in the same
So I
year?
like where you wound
No.
up, but the entire journey I think is bullshit.
Damn it, little juice. But hey,
love
he agreed
this.
with me on the CFP, so let's bring it on back to that, huh? Oh boy.
Am I able to do my squeeze?
Oh, you got to squeeze shit. I'm sorry.
I checked the
got so
fucking
excited.
box.
You did check.
What's
Thanks,
the
little
box
juice.
for if checking it doesn't mean shit?
Christopher, I see a checkbox by your name. It's been
do
a while,
you?
friend. It's
Do
been
you?
you've
Is
been
it
a
in
little
box.
You've
Oh
been
my
growing
God.
some oranges in the field. You might have. You've been stewing. Oh, I just saw an iPad flip.
Yeah. I gotta have my notes. So
Take it
my
away.
squeeze is that we are living in a time where more basketball superstars are women than men.
Oh,
Not even close, but okay.
So right now, familiar superstars like Steph Curry and LeBron James are both not looking like their former selves, not having the rate of success that we've come to expect. Ja Morant was expected to become the next great superstar in the NBA, but shot himself in the foot. Waka waka.
On Instagram Live.
And the greatest current statistical superstar is more interested in horse racing in Serbia than he is in being in the limelight with Jokic. And then kind of the next up and comer, Wemby, isn't quite there yet. We're all waiting for him to develop more, get used to the NBA, and hopefully have the Spurs bring in anyone to help. And then also right now, college basketball does not have the dominant star power full of one and done players that we've come to expect. But meanwhile, you look at what women's basketball is doing. So first and foremost, Caitlyn Clark just beat Pistol Pete's all-time collegiate scoring record.
Yeah.
That record stood for 54 years.
Jesus.
And what? 30 of those years, 35, 40 of those years, the three-point line existed.
Yeah.
Somebody else step up and beat it then. If it's if we're saying, it matters less that now there's a three-point line, well then why the hell did it take more than half of a century to
Totally.
get that job done?
Because no one stuck around. That's
I
why.
guess.
Moses Malone went to in the NBA in high school in 1983. So that's been going on.
Yeah. Tyler
continue.
Hansborough, JJ Redick.
Meanwhile, you
Oh, they
look
weren't
over at
gonna.
LSU. Angel Reese went and poached away Haley Van Lith from the Louisville Cardinals and built a SEC super team in an effort to try and go back to back and knock out South Carolina, knock out UConn. I know that they're underperforming a bit, but two more big names in women's basketball.
Way to
linking up
slide
with
by
one
that
another.
point.
And then in professional women's basketball, Sabrina Ionescu just went head to head with the most prolific shooter in NBA history. Going to the men's NBA All-Star games, going head to head in a 3-point shooting contest and losing to Steph Curry by only
Barely.
points.
Dude, barely. She was looked good, man.
Yeah, she would
looked
have
good.
otherwise beaten the field in just the regular 3-point contest. Like, incredible. Like, I think it's a great thing that right now, like, women's basketball is in the spotlight, is in the limelight, is getting a shitload of attention. I think Caitlyn Clark is obviously setting the world on fire. But even kind of before what she's done the last couple of seasons, I feel like women's basketball has been on the come up. And now all of a sudden we're talking about all of these legitimate superstars. I'd love to see that translate more to success at the professional level as well.
Hey, I'm shocked that Caitlyn Clark said she's going to WNBA. Forever, she was saying she was going to stay in school, and then she was going to
me as well.
get her doctorate.
I think it's because the Indiana Fever the first pick, and that's going to stick her close to home where she can maybe keep some of that NIL, some of those brand partnerships kind of close to the
I've
Midwest
got to
area.
imagine so, because it's like there's no way that there's like
She's losing money.
You've got to be
I know.
one of the top NIL earners, period, in the country. Like, how much are you going to go and collect in the WNBA? And
$80,000 is the number.
Wow.
I got a text from nephew Ryan the other day, just said, "You lied to me," and it had Caitlyn Clark declares the WNBA draft, and I was like, I'm sorry, it wasn't a lie, buddy. It was like,
I was just
saying
regular wrong.
she was saying that she was going to stay in school and be a doctor and not play in the WNBA, but I guess she's just so damn good that she's like, maybe I can be a doctor when I'm not good at basketball anymore. And maybe that's just what she's going to do now. Like maybe, but
You can
it's
go play for the Pistons.
or she can be a eventual Candace Parker, where she's such a big enough name where she can transition to the TV, and then that could be her thing forever. Candace Parker's still playing, and she's on Inside the NBA on Tuesdays or whatever, and so it's just she's a big enough name. Caitlyn Clark is a big enough name. So I agree with you that women's basketball is bigger only on the collegiate level, because you can't say more people know, Angel Reese than they do Giannis or,
Yeah, it's apples to oranges.
But college, 100%. 100%. They're taking that over. Women's collegiate basketball has been more popular than men's this year.
I'll be honest, I was just going to make this about college basketball, but I just couldn't leave out the stat about Sabrina Ionescu. Like that
was huge.
That's incredible. And I feel like it was so quickly glossed over. There's like, all right, I got to include professional just so that I can mention that, because that's spectacular.
Yeah, that was really
But that's
cool.
where your argument went wrong, though.
That's
you
fine.
named one
I wanted
WNBA
it.
player and named 14 NBA players in your argument. You
Yeah,
named
I
one
wanted to
WNBA.
include it though. I know.
But that was the unraveling. The
I
unraveling.
would love to
of your
see
argument.
I would love to just see.
fair.
I would love to see Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlyn Clark play with NBA players, and to see if they can be open into spot shooters, and just like, all right, not gonna be able to play defense because they're way bigger than you. But if you just need somebody just to like the spot shooter coming off the bench, like we need 3 points. They're unbelievable shooters, and they can shoot from anywhere. So Caitlyn Clark can shoot from anywhere on the court. You're telling me that she can't come in a clutch situation and drain a bucket in an NBA game?
Yes.
I think she's good. I think she's good
No,
enough.
there's no
I
way.
think she's good.
You're wrong again, Chris. What do you say?
I'll take that
Hypothetical?
from. I will take that from you, McCoy. You've not been right once in 32 episodes.
Damn it, you're probably right. All right, and man, we got a lot of squeezes this week, and then wrapping up, we had 2 mini squeezes from Dell in Washington,
My boy, Dell.
and
hear it,
a
Dell.
counter one to Mangrove Joe in Florida. We're going cross country here.
We love Mangrove Joe.
This is a big one.
Brought
This
the
was
heat.
all in a response to Russell Wilson did not play a single down in the most epic extension of all time. Dell sent in, thanks for the draft picks, donkeys. Because I think he's a Seattle fan.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't
guess.
think anybody else is sending that through.
And Mangrove Joe said, most overrated quarterback in the NFL, good riddance, you piece of shit.
God, that is so intense. So
Game.
angry.
Some minis. So, hey, Juice Junkies, if you thought we weren't going to read it on the show, send it
We
in.
said we said we will.
We'll read it on the show. Get it in there. Man, across the country, just haymakers.
Oh my God!
East
Just
Coast to West
everybody
Coast.
lining up. Oh my
I guess I'm the only person who just thinks that they should have held on to him for the money. I don't know.
Apparently.
I guess I'm the only one. Yeah. I'm not saying that he's that great. I'm not saying that I really wanted him on there, but I'd rather have him than Jacoby Brissett, Zach Wilson, Ryan Tannehill, Mason Rudolph, and keep $85 million. But
Joe, if people want, like all of these Juice Junkies, want to submit their squeezes of the week because it will get read.
Without a doubt.
listener, we will read it. If you submit your most
prove that we
outlandish
can read.
take, we will read it. If you submit your most outlandish sports take by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow with 2 S's, you dick Chase, after calling me out.
Dick Chase?
Yeah.
You're the one drinking Dickel.
A tickle. And if it has the pulp,
Had a prescription.
had a fever.
This read is going
Another
great, boys.
prescription. It's more Calvin. If it has the pulp, then we'll read it on the show. Let's see if it's here. Chris!
Oh, he back.
Oh, we're back, boys.
Is that the
We are
first
back.
solid Chris at 2024?
I think so.
Oh, it's been a while.
Who's sponsoring today's show?
It's finally that time of year. March Madness is almost upon us. We are just over a week from Selection Sunday, and the Juice
So
Boys
excited.
are so proud to announce the 2024 Juice Boys Show Bracket Challenge. So we'll be
yeah.
posting the link.
This isn't a joke.
This is
No.
for reals.
No,
This is for
absolutely
reals.
not. We'll be posting that link everywhere you follow the Juice Boys, on our show socials, on our personal socials. We've even hired a local crazy homeless person to stand on a corner and scream about the upcoming apocalypse. A QR code for the freaking link. So there is no excuse. Juice Junkies, hop in now and come compete against your favorite podcast hosts for the glory of a March Madness bracket win. We'll be doing prizes for the top 3 again like last time. However, this time we intend to do more than just stickers for the winners, but more on that soon. Also, just as a personal request, give us some fantastic bracket names and we will read them on an upcoming show.
Yes.
Once again, if only to prove we can read. So head on out onto all of our shared social media accounts, our personal social media accounts. Find the freaking link. Let's all join in some collective shit talk as we compete in the 2024 Juice Boys Show Bracket Challenge. Hell yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh my
Let's
God.
not
Super
let the
excited.
McCoys
So
have
hyped,
a clean
boys.
sweep again.
This is the
Come on.
only reason that you start a sports podcast is to do a bracket challenge and talk mad shit out into the ether.
On
I love
everybody.
I love Chris. Who paid for that? Who we paid for that?
It's a write-off.
Nice. You don't even know what a write-off is.
It's not
They
April
do.
15th yet. We can figure it out.
They're the ones who are writing it off.
Yeah.
They're the one. All right, guys. Big starchy potato. I'm excited for this one. Going big. We're going with best or worst unwritten rules in sports. Not only professional sports, just it could be
Sports in general.
sports in general. Joey's got a list
How
of
do
47.
How do we feel about Scrabble?
Joey has so many listener.
Did you say Scrabble? Never played.
Scrabble's not a sport.
I mean, of the mind.
I've never played,
No.
and I don't spell well, so I wouldn't.
I just want to throw out there and say that XI.
Wait a minute. We haven't
being
even
illegal
started, and you're
in Star
already
Wars
jumping
bullshit.
in and getting an extra pick before we
Already.
even
Joey,
started the
that's how it
carousel.
works.
Joey's like, let me slide one in.
Let me slide a board game one in.
Minimum.
That's right.
Joey,
Don't do
you're
XI.
I was going to say first.
Here's
for
an
Joe,
unspoken
Chris.
rule. Joey, you get 2.
Chris, you get to
I'm
start.
just kidding. I don't
because-
care. Do whatever you want.
Chris, go ahead. Start us off. What is your favorite or least favorite unwritten rule in sports?
Oh my God, boys! I just wanted to talk about a specific situation in football. When you're up big, you get into the victory formation, right? You know, everybody kind of gathers around the quarterback. Everything is ready to go. Everybody just kind of knows. Everybody recognizes that. Everyone just kind of stands up, pats each other on the ass. Good game. You know, let the clock run out.
It's not bad.
It is. It's just an unwritten, just kind of, hey, nobody's going at one another's teeth. Everybody knows what this is. It's here to just run out the clock. Unless you are a friend of the show, noted dipshit, Jameis Winston. When Jameis
Legend.
Winston was called in to run out the clock at the end of the season, this season for the New Orleans Saints, Jameis Winston decided unto himself that he wanted to run a fake victory formation, hand the ball off to Jamal Williams for a 1-yard touchdown in a 41-17 game with a minute left. Jameis
right.
Winston ran a fake kneel down for a touchdown.
And there was
Why?
no incentives at all. It wasn't like an incentive play.
Why
there
did
was
he
for
do
one,
that?
the person who scored the
Because Jamal Williams got an extra incentive checked by getting that.
No,
by
it's because he
getting
didn't
that.
score a touchdown. There was no financial incentive for scoring a single touchdown.
No, he did it for Jamal Williams.
to get a
No,
touchdown.
Jamal Williams scored 0 touchdowns the whole year. It was just to get him a
Exactly.
touchdown.
That's the point.
He didn't have any financial incentive to go score a touchdown.
Oh, was that it? I
Yeah.
thought it triggered.
It was
okay.
just because he had a goose egg for after leading the league the previous year in touchdowns. I would
Okay,
be
so
all
you're-
with it if it's
you're
like $1
better
million
informed. Yeah.
touchdown.
But yeah, so either way, I mean, like unwritten rule would be damn. Jameis Winston's like, well, you gave me the ball. I get to make the call ultimately on the field, and
Yeah, that's true. I'm out of here next year anyway.
yeah, like I'm not going to be here anyway. You know,
was-
who knows how many
was-
snaps I'm calling anyway from here on out.
And then Arthur Smith runs out and like gets so pissed at Dennis Allen, the coach, and Dennis Allen's like, I didn't call that.
Yeah, he's trying to apologize. Arthur Smith's like, go fuck yourself, man.
I did not call
As if
that.
he was the one who
Yeah.
did it. Jameis Winston's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
As a backup quarterback, we're changing the call. It's just hilarious.
Having just been called in for the first time this game, I think I know what the coach really wants.
Gee.
An unwritten rule of mine that I've always like hated because baseball is lacking flair.
Mhm.
It lacks that. So why the hell can't you pimp a home run? Why can't you just sit there and just stare at it and just send it to the moon?
What did you say though?
Pimp a home run, baby. You got to pimp that bitch. And that's just what it's called. It's pimping a home run, man.
I've never heard that.
Oh, that's what it's called. You've been out of the baseball scene too long, dude.
What?
So for years and years and years, the unwritten rule of baseball is that you don't celebrate after hitting a home run. Right now, in the past, we're having this new generation that does not share that same opinion in like the Dominican leagues, in the Cuban leagues and the Venezuelan and Mexican leagues that are phenomenal baseball. And they're so fun to watch because those guys go nuts for everything. They're like, if they make a good play in the field, they're doing backflips. If they hit a home run, they got dances. And it's so fun. So we're getting this new youth from the Latin American baseball that's coming in there, like Fernando Tatis and these players that's like, yeah, if I'm going to jack this home run, I'm going to have fun with it, and I'm going to look at it go. And I think that is awesome. But also at the same time, the next best unwritten rule is hitting that player who pimps that home run the next time they come up to bat.
Did you just squeeze two into one?
He did. He sure did. He linked them together.
He built a bridge and connected them. Oh,
there's an unwritten rule that you can't admire a home run, and there's an unwritten rule that if you do that, you are going to get hit. And I think that is a phenomenal trade-off. And I love both.
Yeah,
of
make
them.
the choice, knowing the consequences.
I love both of them dearly because I never hit a home run. I hit the fence, and I remember thinking that I watched it. I was like, oh, come on, get there. But I remember sprinting, just being like, I can't pimp this if it's not going to go out. And so I had to just, I had to give.
It had nothing to do with the fact that you can't do a backflip. Everything to do with respecting others.
That's right.
good one, Joe.
Right.
I'm gonna go golf for my first one. I'm kind of between two, so maybe I'll sneak in like Joe does. I'm gonna go walking on someone's line is fucking bullshit. It's so stupid.
It is.
No one's that good at putting or at golf in general where walking on someone's line is going to affect your fucking putt. You can't read greens. You have no clue. It's downhill when you think it's uphill. It's going to curve left when it breaks right. Like, I'm going to step in your line to get to my ball. What, I got to go all the way around, all you people? Just so my tennis shoe doesn't squish it's the dumbest unwritten rule.
Can you make an effort to not step in it?
Yeah, it's just a tiny little effort.
I'm not gonna say an effort. I'm just gonna if it's in stride and I happen to, but I'm not gonna waste steps to go around you.
But then what's your thought on right before Kim Smith made the jump to live, Scotty Scheffler famously stepping on his line as he's lining up a putt. So at that level,
I loved it.
I don't really care. It's like you're the best in the world. What is it?
I thought that was epic.
And no one uses metal spikes anymore. It's all like, isn't that also an outdated rule in a way? Because there's all metal spikes that would actually aerate the green as you.
It's a respect thing, McCoy.
That's unwritten. Fuck that. Get me to my ball. Let me read my line. It's a dumb unwritten rule.
Joe,
all the way
I'm
up.
sure Cody just gave us carte blanche to just walk his lines.
But don't walk in my line, obviously. Guys, don't.
I mean, you're
walk
also
in my line.
You're also like talking to us when every time we play, we're just like, get to your ball and hit it. We're not taking it. You're farther away. You go. I'm like, no, I'm sighted up. I'm putting. And so it's just.
But it's like, who do we think we are?
We play, but
we can't read greens.
Yeah, ready up golf, boys.
No, we can't read greens.
We play ready up ball. We play ready up golf, and it's more fun. You drive to your ball and you hit it and you go. And it's like, I mean, there's times when I'm done and I'm like, oh, they're still going.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. It happens.
Who's the slowest of us three?
You think?
For sure. At least on the tee box.
Chris
on the
likes
tee
to
box.
get his practice swings in. I'm just like Lee Trevino, who's just going to talk your ear off and just, you were playing golf, then and then into the pond.
That's fair.
Speed it up, Chris. Damn it.
I think I move at a reasonable clip. No Patrick Cantlay out here.
There we go.
God,
Christopher, number 2. Fuck the line.
An unwritten rule that I wish more people would have respect for. Okay? Nobody wants your unrequested fucking swing tips. Okay? Guy standing next to me at the driving range, random that I've been paired up with when I'm just out trying to enjoy my day. I don't give a shit what your opinion is on what I'm trying to do. I don't want to watch you come and try and diagnose me or just anybody for that matter. Like for all intents and purposes, you're a dog shit amateur golfer all the same. Who the hell gave you carte blanche to have an opinion on what somebody else is doing? Keep your thoughts to yourself. Let other people swing the way that they swing and enjoy themselves. And if they want your opinion, they'll ask for it. Shut the fuck up.
Did you use carte blanche twice in this episode?
I hope so.
Wow.
I think you. I
I'm
don't
not
know
sure
what
if
that
I
means.
knew. I'm not sure if I knew what it meant either.
I bet I can make it 3 or 4.
I guess I don't know what it means. Now that you
I can use carte blanche, carte blanche.
define carte blanche.
Blank check.
Why don't you say blank check?
Because it sounds better.
Carte blanche is it's a phrase. It's just
It's a turn
how
of phrase.
Is it a phrase or is it
people
just a
talk.
translation of blank check?
it's like its own thing. It's
Are you sure?
yeah. I stand by that. And
Well, I do
stand by
apologize,
it
'cause maybe I
longer
have
than
given-
the other two of you. Okay, I stand by it and I think about it.
We help each other out though when we play. We don't. I guess we're open
That's
to
completely
it, the feedback,
different,
right?
That's completely different, though. Like, if you're playing with your buddies and if you know someone's trying to work on something or wants to know, oh, am I doing that thing, that I fall into from time, like that's completely different.
So it's the stranger.
What I'm talking about is the random person that you see walk up to another stall on the driving range because they're just crushing it so great. They couldn't possibly be bothered to finish out their bucket. They need to go help someone else who is just out enjoying their day, or the random who thinks that even though we're both paying full price for a municipal course here, fella, that you're just a few strokes away from your tour card. And aren't I lucky that I got paired up with you because you're going to just solve the world for me.
We're both playing Mad Russian for $23.
on the whites.
God's sakes.
I saw you on the
sakes.
whites with me. So don't
Yeah.
take swing tips from strangers or your father-in-law. Zing!
Got him.
Oh, I'll
Not
take
even
it
a laugh?
I'll take it from my father-in-law.
Oh.
He's got a better
Oh,
swing.
brownie points. Okay.
He beat. I've never
Well,
beat.
he's part of this group. If I'm
It was a
accepting
joke.
swing
It was a
tips from the
joke.
two of you,
It was an in-law joke. Damn it, guys.
Yeah, but I've never beat him, so I can't say that. So yeah,
Okay,
you have.
Joey.
I have not.
Joey number 2.
All right, so I'm gonna go with one that I think is my favorite. Like I think is the best unwritten rule in sports because
So you like it.
I love it.
You agree
And
with it. Okay.
I agree with this, and I think it's the best in sports because hockey is an absolutely brutal sport. You beat the living shit out of each other the entire time. The fighting is allowed, and it's not one game that decides a series, it's 7 games that decides a series, which is absolute mayhem. After
it gets
playing
so
82
brutal.
after playing 82 games in the regular season, then you have to play four series to win the Stanley Cup. You have to win 16 games to win the Stanley Cup. And at the end of every single series, you got to get into a line and shake each other's hand. And I think that is just an absolutely incredible rule, and every single team does it. And they don't do it at the end of every game. They don't do it at the end of it ever. It's just at the end of every playoff series and it's because especially at the end of the Stanley Cup, the other team sits and waits on the ice. And they watch you celebrate, and they watch you, everybody throw the hat gloves and go in this big pile and go absolutely ape. And they sit there and they watch it, and they give them their time. And then what do? They all get into a line and they shake each other's hand. I remember the first time thinking about this, I was like, are they going to do it in 1996 after Claude Lemieux put Draper into the boards and broke his face? And then just endless amount of fights where Lemieux was fighting Scotty Bowman out in the parking lot. Patrick Waugh and Chris Osgood were fighting during the game, or Mike Vernon, I think it was at that time. Mike Vernon were fighting during that game. Blood was all over the ice. They hated each other. When the 7th game is over, as they lose in overtime to go to the Stanley Cup, what do they have to do? Watch Claude Lemieux celebrate with his team. He was kicked off the ice. He was not even in pads. He came back out onto the ice in his t-shirt, and pants, and shaking hands with everybody because that's just what you do. And it is just that is just an incredible unwritten rule of sport
Classic.
that no matter what,
Great
you
pick,
have
Joe.
to go in there and then shake hands, and and that's it. And then when that's done, they shake your hands, and then they celebrate again and get the Stanley Cup.
I'm
God,
not
that's
doing
a
that.
great pick. Oh, I love
pick.
that pick.
I'm going to go a little more closer to home. Pick up basketball.
Okay.
This unwritten rule. It's the white guy who gets one shot to prove that he can play. I don't know if you guys have experienced this.
No, I have not. I am not.
I have experienced this.
Cody, would
Too many
would you like to tell a story?
I mean, it's a million stories. You play pickup basketball, especially when you go alone. You're warming up while a game's going on. You get on the court. No one knows who you are. No one knows if you're any good. No one knows if you have any skill. The biggest judge a book by its cover is pickup basketball. Just how do you look? How do you run? Can you dribble? Do you have any skill? Do you just look good or not? No matter what the color of your skin is. Do you just look like you have any skill? So you play pickup, passing the ball around. If you're the new guy that no one knows, you get one time to touch the ball and one time to shoot the ball. If you make it, you will get the ball again. And God, there is no other better feeling than being the white guy who got one shot to prove himself and he made it.
And you nailed it.
You may say, what if you missed the shot? You ain't touching the ball for the rest of the game.
You better rebound. You better
You better get down and clean them boards.
Because you are not getting the ball no matter how wide open you are on that thing. So, yeah, it's an unwritten rule. Even when I've been on the court and a new cat walks in, you look him up and down. Like, all right, man, you get one shot, and if it doesn't go in, we're playing 4-on-5 over here. So it's a pretty widely known, I say white guy, pretty widely known. Just the new guy coming on the court who no one really knows, doesn't know his game. That's the one that is near and dear to my heart.
That happened a lot to me in college, but that was also really. All I can do is rebound. I just throw my body. You know, all I have is football training, so just go up there and get it. You know,
Yeah, Charles Barkley energy.
down.
Real
Yeah.
Charles
That's it.
Barkley energy. Yeah.
And if you get one rebound and score, they'll at least think about you again. You may not. It's not promised to get it, but
No, I
they'll
didn't
think
score.
about it.
I didn't score.
Oh,
You know, I just rebounded.
yeah.
You know, I remember in like high school, I never scored a point, but I would get a lot of rebounds.
Got bored, Dennis
I
Rodman.
would get a lot of rebounds. I'd get
He always got a stat line
Don't let me
of
score.
0 and 15
0 for 0, 15 boards,
in
6
25
fouls.
minutes.
Yeah.
5 fouls. I
It's
fouled
an
out.
unwritten rule that no one talks about, but then when you just think back, you're like, man,
That is true.
I got the ball one time in that game, and I wonder why. No one knew who I was and if I was any good. And then when I played a lot, I'd be like, I'm not going to give this guy the ball because I don't know if he's any good. I can't waste a pickup possession on this. We're going to get booted off the court.
Unwritten rules. I coach baseball. One of the things that I absolutely hate, especially like at any level, stealing signs from second base. You just don't do it. If you can see the catcher, I understand it's right there, but just actually signaling over, and if you're a coach who accepts your kids to do it, I hate it.
Oh,
I hate
let him do it.
I hate
Get better signs if you're a catcher. It's not hard.
It is hard.
You flash
It
three
is
signs.
hard.
You're it. Oh,
is hard.
that's
I
weak.
hate it.
That's
I
bad
hate it.
coaching.
Okay. Another one that I love, don't talk to the pitcher during a no-hitter. And I think that's just a classic.
I like it. I don't.
all-time-
Yeah.
A classic all-time thing when someone's on a
Just
heater.
a head case rule.
And we've seen it in baseball and like in high school baseball because no hitters happen, you know, and so kids will be in there and like in the first inning, they're just like, okay, nobody talks to him. He comes in there, sits down, he's good. By the fourth inning, no one is talking to that kid. And it's hilarious to see. If you're a player who's hitting free agency, do not sign with the rival team. Just please.
Favre.
Brett Favre, exactly who I was thinking. I was like, your fans, your entire life have been rooting for you and hating the Vikings. And then that puts the Vikings fans in a bad spot too, because they're like, oh, we're supposed to like you now? My other one was Johnny Damon, went from the Red Sox, they had the long hair.
Jacoby
and the
Ellsbury?
long beard. But Johnny Damon, you're not allowed to have facial hair in the Yankees.
Yep.
So that long hair and that long beard, that was his thing. That was his character. Then he signed with the Yankees.
He went corporate, bro.
Who is their arch rival, the biggest rivals in sports, and then did that. It's like, dude, sell.
Hey, man, Ellsbury, right? Didn't Jacoby Ellsbury do the same thing?
Wade Boggs did too. My boy
Yeah.
Wade Boggs drinking the back of the Madden Cruiser. You know, if Brady played for the Jets, I would just give up. Maybe on life, you know, but especially on football. So, but yeah, there is no point in living anymore if Tom Brady's a Jet. So,
Wow. Okay.
Holy shit. Okay.
remember, listener, you can listen to the show as you are right now on all major podcast networks and YouTube. YouTube. Please consider following and rating the show and leave us a review if you listen through Apple. We encourage you to follow our YouTube channel, push that subscribe button. Have you guys pushed subscribe lately? Have you noticed that it does this cool little light up feature? It goes, little things come out of it.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel?
No, I haven't.
What are we doing?
I don't think I have either.
I don't do YouTube, but I will do YouTube. Just
Let's hop on
subscribe.
this.
Do the tube.
To subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, be a friend. Tell a friend about the podcast. Spread that word. Ask for stickers. We have more.
We have so many stickers.
Spread the stickers. Cody.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Thank you, friend. That just about does it for us. Chris, who is sponsoring today's stat of the day.
Dear Juice Junkies, today's stat of the day is brought to you once again by Russell Wilson's cheese balls, which are now on an absolute fire sale in the Denver metro area.
Clear out. They all must go.
They're back. Yeah.
They never left,
They never left. You're right. Yeah.
but they are leaving. So we here at your local area Walmarts would like to apologize. We recognize we may be overpriced and overhyped Russell Wilson's cheese balls. We saw the value the brand had out in Seattle and thought that was thanks to Chef Russ's ability to cook rather than Pete Carroll's ability to create a recipe so simple even Russ couldn't screw it up. And for that misstep, we're sorry. But we here at the Walmart family have a $50 million hole to fill, and our loss can be your gain. You have the opportunity to buy Russell Wilson's cheese balls in bulk at rock bottom prices. And sure, Russell Wilson's cheese balls taste more like balls than cheese, but we promise the bottom feeder prices for a once proud brand will more than make up for the god-awful taste. Russell Wilson's cheese balls. Broncos country, let's die.
It'll never get old. Thank you, Christopher. As we wrap up, we have a nice, fun stat of the day. We like gambling, boys. We love to gamble.
Do we? We've been known to do it.
Yes.
Love gambling.
Yes, we love it. I won the Pulitzer Prize for football this year. Suck it, Joe. Suck it. This one's a
Barely by the
football.
skin of your teeth, Nicole.
A dub's a dub is what I heard. This is a stat of the day around betting and football.
Okay.
Which quarterback? There's 10 is a top 10. You can go with however you can guess. Which quarterbacks have the best cover rate since 2000 to 2024?
Now, cover rate, do you mean like the receivers are covered?
No,
No,
like they
they
cover the
covered the
spread that they played in.
I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. So,
Or who's won the most units if you were to bet on their spread too. That's how it's ranked.
and since when?
1999 to 2024.
Betting
Oh my
for
God.
them on the spread. I know this is going to sound weird because I don't think it's Tom Brady because there was a lot of close games that Tom Brady won, but he wouldn't have beat the spread. I think it's going to be somebody really odd. I'm going to go Jared Goff. Somebody just off the wall like that. That's
I
just
can't believe you got that, but he's number 6. I
Oh
can't
my
believe
God, that was pretty good.
That's
Okay.
pretty solid.
Jared Goff, his average spread is 1.1.
Okay.
He covers 57.4 times, and you would win 12.8 units
Nice.
if you were to roll with him so far in his career.
Okay. So
You'd be up 12 you'd be up 12 units.
I feel like I want to go with Gardner Minshew.
good pick.
He feels like the sort of dude that would look out for bettors specifically.
Not even close.
What?
He played like 3 years.
So you're not.
A couple full starting
It's
seasons.
a 24-year
Yeah, but you're talking about rate, not the most covers, right? Like
units
cover rate
won.
would
You have to
be-
win
Oh, it's units one. Oh,
units
Oh,
won
see, I
and
was-
cover
I was-
rate, and it like
Oh,
those are
when you
yeah.
were saying cover rate, I thought it meant just like how often do they cover versus not.
I see. This is ranking
Like, I
units
thought it was
won.
a
The
stat.
cover rate is
Oh, okay.
pretty. The cover rate is pretty
Okay, then
correlated with that.
give me Phillip Rivers.
No, not on the list.
Oh,
Okay,
Lordy.
good.
Okay.
All
right. Let's go somebody
Didn't want
another.
him either.
Let's do another somebody that's way off the wall. Say like Ryan Tannehill,
No,
Patrick Mahomes. You stupid idiot.
he's number 9. His average spread is the biggest. 5.93 is the damn. That's a high average spread. Covers 54.1%,
That's
and you would
absurd.
win 4 units in
That's
his career so
absurd.
far.
That's absurd. Okay.
That's a crazy spread that man has to go against.
Peyton Manning.
Number 4. Average
Let's
spread of 4.93, covered 55% of the time. 15.2 units would have been won.
All right, let's just go Tom Brady then because he won everything.
Number 1, ding, ding, ding. Average spread 5.61, cover rate of 58.
my baby.
58.2 units won, 44.6. If you bet his 20-year career, you would have come out on top just okay.
Wow.
And the other,
So betting on every one of his games, you would have finished 40 units up.
44 units.
Let's go Aaron Rodgers next then.
Number 2, Christopher. Nice.
Okay.
Average spread of
We're dialing it up.
3.9.
Wow, now I look like a dipshit going with Gardner Minshew.
58.6.
Well, we were thinking differently, Chris. We were on a
That's
different.
fair. That's fair.
We were on a-
yeah.
That's why I
Rodgers
picked
would've
Jared
won
Goff. You know, so
31.1 if you go with Rodgers. Rodgers is the only one to have a higher cover rate than anyone. I guess Jared Goff has the number 3 cover rate. Wow.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I know that was a pretty good pull there. That was a pretty good pull there.
Yeah.
Jim.
Number
that was
3 is
impressive.
Donovan McNabb.
Would
I
have
was.
never
I'm not
guessed.
gonna shit. I'm not shitting you. I was thinking of Philly Eagles quarterback, and I was like, Nick Foles didn't play. Carson Wentz sucks, and I forgot about McNabb.
McNabb, what he got in the under the field goal, so 2.62 covered 56% of the time. 15 units would have been won. You got Drew
That
Brees
poor-
would have been next.
that
Alex
poor guy
Smith
just
is on the
won games.
list.
Alex Smith is a dude.
Alex Smith is a
His
Alex
average
Smith-
spread was less than a point, so that's kind of where Joey's mind was going. Was
I think
covering
I
those.
really don't. I think Alex Smith does not get enough credit. This dude is a.
Okay, wow. All right. Leave that in, McCoy. That was
Please don't.
delicious. Oh, that was the highlight of the show, though. That was girthy.
This dude
Are you okay? That did
I'm
not
fine.
sound comfortable.
that just came out and dude.
Well, boys, that'll do for our show.
Okay, that'll.
And on that note,
Better way to end.
a better way
man.
to end it. We
That
want
was
to thank
guttural.
everyone for listening week in, week out. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies.
Tell everyone you know.
This thing's blowing up. We're just trying to get a laugh out of you. Submit your stuff. We'll read it on the show. Follow on socials. March Madness. Please,
boy.
please sign up for the March Madness bracket. We'll get all that posted. Love, love, love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry for my indecency.